Marketing is a wide field where all sorts of talents are relevant. And because it relies on creativity, there are lots of people who end up relying on their hobbies to become their careers. Today we're going to interview Elsardt Kigen, BDDL's Chief Creative Officer, on his career trajectory. So hi Elsardt.
Hi.
Introduce yourself. Who are you and what do you do here at BDDL?
My name is Elsardt Kigen. I'm the Chief Creative Officer here and I'm an artist.
Okay. So you're fresh out of high school and you're looking to go into a career. What did you choose and why?
So when I was fresh out of high school, I had two career options to explore. I was very passionate about art, so I wanted to do design. And I was also very passionate about arguing. So I was considering law. I ended up choosing art. So I went to the University of Nairobi to do design.
All right, so how did you get from that to here?
Interesting. So just before joining school, I was called to do a short stint at Equity Bank. So I worked as a relationship officer, basically a cashier, for about a year.
Okay.
So during my time at Equity, I was involved with just transactional management. After a year doing this, I realized that my core skill sets, my strengths are not being utilized. So I wrote to head office, requested them to transfer me to communications department.
Okay.
They didn't have room for interns then, so I was given a role at Equity Group Foundation as a junior designer. That's back in 2012.
Yeah.
So I kind of honed my skill as a designer from that basic ground level, just before joining uni. So yeah, I joined uni to do design, and that's what led to my journey being in design.
Okay. How do you think your journey from thinking about law to design to equity, how do you think it contributes to your work now?
Interesting. So I think all this kind of played an important part in shaping who I am today. When I was a cashier at Equity Bank, it kind of gave me an open chance to interact with customers one-on-one. So this kind of made me understand what their wants were, what their frustrations were, and how we could easily solve for them. So my people skills were kind of being honed then. I later came to find out that this was very important in persona mapping, let's say for marketing experiments and the likes. Then going to design school, the fundamentals of art played an important role in my design career. So being a creative director entails me knowing how to communicate different stuff and targeting who. So the basics of communication were kind of honed from, how do we communicate to different people? How do we find these different people? My law passion hasn't been fully utilized to date. I'm still seeing how this can be well honed in my career path.
Okay. Have you experienced anything you'd consider a failure in your career? And what kind of impact do you think it had on how you work now?
I have experienced many failures. So maybe I can just touch on one that was very recent. So back in 2019, Equity Bank was relaunching their new logo. I was tasked with coming up with an exhibition that tells their journey, so their story.
Yeah.
Coming up with this exhibition took about a lot of time to prepare, and then pre-preparation was now the setup.
Okay.
Post-preparation was the setup.
Yeah.
The setup took about 3 days. And on the D-Day, when the event was actually happening at 12 noon, this is 3 hours to the event, the entire exhibition collapses.
Oh my God.
So we had this gust of wind coming in, and all the exhibition panels are just falling like dominoes. So pop, pop, pop. And because they were images and paintings, we had glass frames. They shattered.
That's painful.
That was extremely painful. So you wouldn't know how painful it was, but at noon, I just had to pull myself aside, not knowing what to do. Tears were just rolling down. Like I had no idea what to do. So this lady pulls me aside and she tells me, Kigen, no need to feel sorry for yourself. The work needs to be done. So I think in the recent past, this is the greatest lesson I've learned from my failures, is that things might not go according to plan, but it's better to fail fast and learn. So don't feel sorry for yourself. Pick yourself up and get the work done.
Okay, wow, that's powerful. Painful story. What do you feel is the most important thing a person needs to work in marketing?
I would easily say understanding the personas, because marketing entails communicating what value you want to give to someone so that it can solve a problem that they have.
Okay.
So understanding the persona, people's skills, understanding their purchase behaviors, what motivates them, what their frustrations are, would ideally be one of the most important things.
Okay. And how common do you think career transitions are in marketing?
Very common.
Yeah.
So I would say that, career progression in marketing, design and the likes isn't climbing a ladder. It's not a linear path. I would easily equate it to, rock climbing.
Yeah.
So it's like you're scaling a wall with the goal being to reach at the top.
Yeah.
How you get to the top is just a matter of strategy. So you might easily, if you're rock climbing, you might easily go sideways, kind of take a step back so that you can learn a few things, so that you can easily climb up better. So career transitions are pretty much very common.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you so much for telling us about your colorful career path.
Thank you. That's it.
That's it.